Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. So glad you're here. Hope everyone had a great weekend. What's going on? Well, we got, again, markets are kind of right where they were. Big down leg down, big up leg up, and we're right back where we were, right? No problem. Okay, but here's the thing. Jackson Hole, the Fed came out and they said, now is the time has come. The time has come is what they said. Time has come to do what? Well, to lower the interest rates. Okay, so the Fed's going to be pivoting. That's the pivot, if you will. And that's where the bad stuff actually starts to happen. People ask, is it time to short the market? And I say, no, not yet. A little bit early still. Wait for it to come down below the 20-day moving averages, and then you'll take your shot. But the Fed, when they pivot, is actually when the markets come down. It's when the real estate house market comes down. Things come down when the Fed pivots. Now, why is that? The reason is because of the reason that the Fed's pivoting. Why is the Fed pivoting? They're seeing all the job losses, right? Everybody's getting laid off. Nobody's got a job. Economy circling the drain. They have to do something. Otherwise, you're going to see the banks falling over like dominoes. So the Fed has to pivot, right? So the Fed's going to pivot. They're going to lower rates. People think this is going to make the market go up. Now, the rumor of lowering rates will make the market go up, but wait till they actually do it, you will see that the markets actually go down. This is what history has taught us. A lot of people don't look at history, but history tells us that we're going to have a big leg down once the Fed starts cutting rates coming in September, right? And they'll probably push the market up a little bit higher before then, but they're cutting rates because of the unemployment. Everybody's getting laid off. General Motors announced layoffs. Intel, all these big companies, all these high-paying jobs are getting laid off. Well, the gig economy, right? You can get $20 an hour out there, but you can't live on $20 an hour. That's not a living wage where I live. You don't even have a car to live in. That's how poor $20 an hour is where I live. Now, it sounds like a lot of money, and it should be a lot of money, but the problem is that inflation has just gone up much quicker, much faster than it, right? Okay, so a lot of people don't have the same take as me, right? A lot of people think, but Mike, the Fed's going to pivot. They're going to lower rates. That's going to send houses to the moon. That's going to send the stock market to the moon. No, it's not. What's going to send to the moon is gold. Gold is going to go to the moon. Look for some gold on the moon soon. Now, they say you can do mining on other planets. That's what's holding the price of gold down, but they're not really holding it down with that rumor, are they? No, maybe you can mine gold on other planets, but that's going to be a while before we get to that. But the price of gold going to the moon. Why? Because inflation. Look, the Fed is making the exact wrong move, right? They're making the move to lower rates. They think they've won the war against inflation. By their own numbers, it's still running at 3%. You measure it back in the way they did in the 80s, it's running up 8, 9, 10%, right? And here's what they're doing. They're lowering rates into this inflation. So you're going to see inflation take off again. The Fed is making the exact wrong move, but their bosses have instructed them that they have to lower rates. Now, when I say their bosses, it's not the president, it's not the administration. We can't talk about who the real bosses are on this channel. This channel would go away. Well, so that's all right. That's all right. But they got marching orders that they're going to lower rates, and they're going to do it in September. Okay, so let's get over to the housing market. Now, I say this is going to bring the housing market down. Now, people say, but Mike, when you lower the rates, then people are going to run out and buy, and then that's going to push the houses way up. Not going to work like that. History tells us when they lower the rates, when the Fed pivots, that's where the damage is done to the housing market. Once again, it's because people have lost their jobs. They cannot make their mortgage payment. They cannot make their rent payment. They get evicted. They get foreclosed upon. Vacancies rise, and the days on market go up. A year from now, you probably won't be able to sell a house at any price. We'll see how that plays out. Now, I'm going to go over the number one reason as to why house prices are going to go down. The number one reason is people like me. It's called the baby boomers, right? Well, it's actually people 50 and over. 50 and over. If you're 50 years of age and over, okay, you got a problem. You want to retire, right? 50 and over owns 70% of the housing market. 70% of the housing market is owned by people aged 50 and over. Now, here's something interesting. People aged 50 to 64. 43% of those have zero saved for retirement. Zero saved for retirement. There's a retirement problem. Now, 30% of people over 65, they are basically economically insolvent, right? They don't make enough money to live on. Social Security doesn't do it for them, right? But they get Social Security, but that's not enough to live on. That's not enough to keep their house going. That's not enough to pay the utility bills. Pretty soon it won't be enough to pay a cup of coffee, right? Because they don't have the money. They have to print the money to pay the Social Security, right? And a lot of you people with pensions, be careful. Your pension, maybe you think you're going to get 100% of your pension. Pensions are so underfunded, and pensions are going to be in trouble. You're going to be lucky to get 25, maybe 30% of your pension payouts. I know that's sad, right? It's a retirement crisis. It's going on in the United States, and it's going to hit full force in about 5 to 10 years. You're not even going to recognize the country when this happens. I feel sorry for old people. I really do. They've worked there all their life. They saved up a little nest egg, and their nest egg is purchasing power. That nest egg is just going to go away. Why? Because they have to print your Social Security. Because Social Security is one of the biggest Ponzi's the U.S. has ever been involved in, right? Makes Bernie Madoff look like a Sunday school teacher. They took your money, told you that it's your Social Security, and that's going to be your retirement, but they spent it. That's what the government did. Look, we got to get rid of this government. They're not good for anything. Look, we got to get back on sound money. And I know a lot of people tell you that, hey, Tall Mike, he's just a mental case. That guy is a mental case thinking we're going to go back on the gold standard. Look, we're going to have to go back on the gold standard. Even if the government doesn't go back on a gold standard, you can, I am, take your money out of fiat. It's a quiet revolution. Look at fiat. What it does, it allows the government to spend and spend and spend. What do they spend money on? Spend money on wars. Do you like war? I don't like war. I don't want to have bombs to go kill people I don't even know. I don't want that. I don't want to finance that. The only way they can finance that is with printing of currency. You get back to sound money, all the wars go away. Sound money will solve probably 90% of the U.S. problems, and actually around the world. Now look, they're going back to sound money with or without the United States. The BRICS are getting together in October, 40% back their currency. It's called the unit, going to be backed 40% by gold. People just think that's a nothing burger, right? U.S. is the strong one, Mike. That's our country. We're tougher than everybody. Look, we're a great country. Never confuse your country with your government. We got a shitty government is what we got. We got a government that wants to spend into oblivion. Look, they're right now, it's election time, right? They're trying to bribe you to vote for them. Right now, who are they bribing you with? Whose money are they bribing you with? They're bribing you with your own money, right? They don't have any money. So they're bribing you. Hey, vote for me. We'll give you this. We'll give you this. We'll give you this. Vote for me. Look at this socialistic society that we become is pretty pathetic. We got to get back to Austrian economics where you have free markets and you have equal opportunities for everybody, but you don't have the government holding you down. Right now, the government, they got us under their thumb, right? As long as we stay in their currency, and they can go to war as much as they want. And they're going to push us in war because they're running into problems, right? They're running into problems. They see the problem. They see it coming to an end, and it's going to come to an end, and we're going to get a reset, and we are going to go back to sound money. You can call me a mental case. That's just fine. I have no problem with that. I'd much rather be a mental case that has sound money than someone who's completely stable in the fake currency market. You have to get back to gold and silver, right? That's just where the country has to get back to. You have to get back to sound money. You have to do away with the government. The government's really not all that necessary. But what you got is you got a lot of retiring people right now, right? So 70% of the housing market owned by people over 50 and the majority over 65 are needing money to retire, right? They can't live on Social Security. Their pensions aren't going to be paying them. Their only asset is their house. And if they still have equity left, because houses are starting to come down now, if they still have equity left, that's going to be their treasure chest. That's going to be their gold mine. They're going to dump that on the market so fast. Like I say, probably within a year from now, you're not going to be able to get out of your house. You think you have all that equity. That's your nest egg. You might want to start thinking about putting it on sooner. But Mike, it's a bad time to sell right now. Nothing's moving. I'm going to wait for them to lower rates, and all those buyers are going to rush in, and they're going to buy my house, and they're going to pay me what Billy Bob got. Billy Bob got out at the top. You missed it. It's coming down, right? And it's going to come down more. You get out here, your neighbor gets out here, next person lower, the next person lower. Stair step up, elevator kind of down, right? The prices are going to start free falling. But that's just my take. That's just what I see happening. But the retired people, they don't have the money saved. It's going to be very sad for old people. A lot of people are planning to live on their Social Security. Look, they're still going to get their Social Security check. Problem is, that's going to buy them a loaf of bread and a cup of coffee and hope they can make it through the month. It's not going to be pretty for a lot of people, but if you put your money into the coin of the realm, you're going to be protected. Coin of the realm is the silver, dimes, quarters, half dollars, dollars, all before 1964. What happened in 1964? Well, they took the money out of our money, right? They don't have money in our money anymore. They don't have silver in our money. Look, they took the gold out back in the 30s, right? I mean, we used to have real gold in the money, $20 gold piece. Now sells for $2,500. If it's a really valuable one, it can go up to $1 million. I don't do the collectible side of coins. That's not me. I'm just a stacker. I stack the gold. I stack the silver because I'm in part of the quiet revolution. You see, you can take away the power from these people, these egomaniacs that run the country, the politicians, the Federal Reserve. They have no power if you're not in their system. Get out of their system. It's not too late. It's still relatively cheap. You got silver under 30, gold right around 25. I'm really hoping for a pullback on gold. We could sure use one, right? I mean, we've run up just in the last year. I think last October it was 1,700. Now we're 2,500. That's almost a 50% move in less than a year. And that ain't nothing. Wait till these new politicians get in office. The amount of money that they're going to be printing, you're going to see gold just going parabolic. Now I'm hoping for the pullback. I really am, because that's really what you want to do. It's the quiet revolution. You get your money out of the currency and you put it into the real money. The real money is gold and silver. Now you can get people say, but Mike, I got no money to put in gold and silver. Look, everybody's got money to put in gold and silver. You can get a silver dime. Silver dime runs you about $2. Silver quarter about $6. You got that. Start somewhere. You know, you're going to thank me down the road, right? I'm telling you, silver will 10x, gold 5 times. That's just my take. Your take may be completely different, but the retirement crisis is coming. The retirement crisis is upon us. You're going to have to do something. And what a lot of people are going to do is they're going to sell their house. That's where the house prices are going to really free fall when that happens. Look at the baby boomers. We're not going to be around here that much longer. Look at you young people. I hope you rebuild the country better than what we left you. What we left you is, it's borderline criminal, right? I mean, we spent your future. It was really fun, let me tell you. I mean, we spent all the money. That was your future. You were supposed to be able to, have a good future also, but we're sorry, we messed up. You owe $150 trillion. Now, maybe you guys will figure it out, right? Maybe that Bitcoin stuff will take off and then it'll all be fine. I don't know. Maybe. I hope that all works out for you, but there's a big shift coming, right? The big shift, you're not going to notice it. It's a wealth transfer. It's from that currency. That fake system is going to go down. And that system is going to go down all around the world. Why? Because the dollar is all around the world. Now, it's going to be very painful for the United States because we got dollars all around the world. They're all going to be coming flooding back because nobody's going to want them. Look, maybe the brick system is nothing. Maybe that's a nothing burger, but I don't think so. I think you should be worried about petrodollar already going away. 25% of payments for oil now is not in U.S. dollars. It used to be 100%, right? That was where the petrodollar was. We told them, if you only take dollars, we'll protect you. They realized we can't even protect ourselves. Look at our wide open border. How can we protect another country? Really? That's not going to happen. That's why they take payment in any currency now, because the dollar is no longer king dollar. Dollar's going away. Dollar's crap. I'm telling you, you want to get out of the system into real money, into the gold and silver. It's a quiet revolt. It's peaceful, right? It's peaceful. Hey, if they want to start being responsible, if they want to start, balancing a budget, if they want to start reducing the debt, then I'll say get out of gold, get into the system. But that's never going to happen. Not with these crazy politicians that are running right now. I mean, well, you got the three stooges going. I mean, you got Kamala, Trump, and Kennedy. I mean, which one's going to save us? Don't look at them as the savior. Savior's Jesus. That's the only one that can save us. But I'm telling you, they're just going to do the same thing they've always done. They're going to print money, and they're going to keep printing money. And that's why you got to get out of the system, get into real money, and what the Constitution says is real money. So anyone tells you you're doing something bad for the country, no, you're doing what the forefathers want us to do, to have real money, to have money that's honest, to have money that's anonymous, to have money that you can hold, and that's gold and silver. This is Tall Mike. You like this stuff? Give me the thumbs up. Why not? Get out there, everybody. Have a great day. We'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye.